Hey everybody, what's going on? Hellmite here, bringing you another video from Grab the Lantern today. Today I wanted to talk about a really basic concept, and that's the concept of teamwork and communication in your games. Now, I know what you're saying. Yes, I get it. League of Legends is a team game. Obviously, you need teamwork to win a team game, etc., etc. But what a lot of people don't do, and even though this is a team game, is communicate, especially in solo queue. And this is honestly the biggest difference between competitive teams and regular 5-man solo queue teams, in that professional teams always have a constant string of communication going with each other. They're always talking about where they're going, what they're doing, what their play might be, what they're strong, where they're weak. Basically everything that you need in order to be successful. And sure, to a certain extent, it's easier because they all have voice comms, and that's not a realistic expectation to have of a solo queue team. However, what is a realistic expectation for a solo queue team to have is that you should be typing back and forth to each other in the lobby and in the game so that all of you have the best chance of winning the game. Now, not communicating in a team honestly limits your actions. So there are certain strategies that literally don't work without any communication. You can't split push without any communication, even though your 0-5 Tryndamere will try, and that's because split pushing requires very careful coordination of the split pusher and the rest of the team, coordinating together and making sure that when the split pusher is in the lane trying to get a tower, that his team is drawing pressure elsewhere on the map, so that way they can get work done wherever they are. If you're not able to communicate, if you're not talking with each other, that strategy literally doesn't work because the enemy team will collapse, you're not pressuring, the split pusher isn't there while you're trying to siege, and just nothing works exactly right. The other thing is that it leads to split decisions. Have you ever been in those opportunities where you win a team fight and then half of your team pings Baron and half of your team pings the inhibitor? And what ends up happening is that your team does neither one. Half of you run to Baron, realize you can't do it, then try to join your team with the inhibitor, but they're too late, respawns happen, your team's already backed off, and you win a team fight for no reason. So, you really need to make sure that you're communicating with your team, and it doesn't have to be a lot, but just being active in the chat will allow your team to stay on the same page as each other, discuss strategies, try to figure out where you're strong and where you're weak, and that honestly lends a huge advantage towards winning a game. I was actually in a game the other day with a jungler, and me and the jungler hit it off when we were talking and communicating, and because we were talking in the chat, I don't think anyone else on the team ever said anything in the chat, but because we were talking and discussing strategies and saying, hey guys, let's go Baron, hey guys, let's siege here, the entire team was all on the same page, and that honestly was what let us win the game. It was the biggest advantage we had over the enemy team, was the fact that we were communicating and they likely weren't. The other thing to realize is that when you're in a losing situation, communication becomes even more important. All too often, teams, even at the professional level, will just stop talking to each other when they're losing a game, because they're in their own head, they're tilting, they're mad, whatever's the case, they're not talking with their team, and that just leads to more split decisions, more decisions made without the consent of the rest of the team, and it lets you lose quicker. So when you're losing, it's more important than ever to get on the chat and say something, even just, hey guys, we're behind, we just need to farm up. That little of a communication can help your team get back in the right headspace, realize maybe the game isn't quite lost yet, and let's just farm it up, let's look for opportunities, and let's try and find a way back into the game. So in your next solo queue game, go ahead and try it. Just get in the chat, start talking with your team, and hey, maybe they're going to flame you, hey, maybe they're going to actually pick up on you, but either way, you will be contributing to your team's success, I guarantee it. Anyways, this is going to be it for me tonight. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you appreciate it. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like. If you really enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. I upload a video every Monday, Friday, and on patch days as well. Once again, thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will talk to you all later.